Hi everyone, I am Benjamin from English Classes Online. Today we are going to look at how to ask for permission in English, and you are going to learn 12 polite ways of asking. Wherever you are, you will likely experience situations in which you need other people's permission to use or do something. Of course, that's a fact of life. This need often arises whether you are in the office, at home, in shopping malls, in schools, on a bus, or in any other place. For example, you need to ask for permission if you want to take something from your colleague's desk in the office, or you want to use your sister or your brother's laptop. You want to take 3 days off, and you need the permission of your boss. Now, in that particular example, if you are too rude, or impolite in asking, you may not get permission. And that explains the importance of, asking politely. Politeness is the key when you ask for permission from someone. So in this lesson, we are going to look at how to ask for permission politely. All right? So we are going to look at this. But before we get started, I would like to implore you to kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Just click on the subscribe button below. Excuse me. Remember to click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on the channel, you will be instantly notified. If you would like to learn the basics of English grammar, I have a free PDF ebook titled The Basic Units of English Grammar. You will find a link to it in the description section below. Just click on it and you'll be able to download a copy for yourself completely free of charge. You will also find other ebooks that you might find helpful. One of them is Good Success in English, a complete study package for effective English learning. Now, having said this, let's get started right away. We want to take a quick look at the agenda for today's lesson. We have 12 items on our agenda, which incidentally are the 12 polite ways, of asking. The use of can, could, may, do you mind, would you mind, would it be all right if, do you think I can, is that okay if you don't mind, I would like to, I wonder if I could I possibly, is it possible for me to? Now we are going to look at all these one by one, beginning with the first one, can. Can is a modal auxiliary verb and is one of the modals you can use to express politeness. Now, can I is used to ask for permission in informal situations. You can use this to ask for permission from your close friends, from your colleagues, or from the people that you are closely related to. For example, can I borrow your pen? Can I sit here, please? Can I come in? Can I call you anytime? All right, so these are all ways of asking using can. Then the second one is could. Could I is an expression you can use in formal situations. You use it formally. For example, could I pluck some oranges? Could I ask another question, please? Could I have another cup of coffee? Well, we say formal because in this case, you might be, asking permission from someone who is your superior. All right. Now, may is used in a very polite way. It's a very polite way of asking for permission, and it is used in formal situations. For example, may I come in, please? You may come in if you wish, that is usually the response. Then another example is, may I use your laptop, please? May I help you? All these are common ways of using may to ask permission. The fourth one is, do you mind? And this is another polite way to ask permission. When you use this expression, you are showing that you are concerned, about any problem or any inconvenience that the person you are seeking approval from may experience, for granting that permission. For example, do you mind if I use your phone to make a call? That may be a kind of inconvenience to the person who owns the phone. He might want to use the phone at that particular point in time, and you are asking for permission to use the phone, so that might inconvenience him in one way or the other. So, do you mind is a polite way of asking permission in such a situation. Another example is, do you mind if I open the windows? Because it could give discomfort to someone who may not actually be in the best of health, okay? Do you mind if I use your bicycle this morning? So do you mind is a polite way of asking for permission. Now, another way is, would you mind, is, uh, slightly similar, is similar to do you mind? But this we use would. Would you mind? Would you mind if I? It's a polite expression, and it is commonly used to ask for permission in formal situations. For example, would you mind if I bought a drink for you? Would you mind if Junior spent the weekend with us? Would you mind if I sent you the money, for example? Would you mind if I sent you the parcel letter, you know? Would you mind? Because, the person might need the parcel urgently, and it's a polite way of asking for permission to do it later instead of doing it immediately. Probably it's not really convenient for you to do it immediately. So you are asking for permission to do it later. Okay? Now, number 6, we have, would it be all right if? And this expression also shows that you feel concerned, and you want to know whether the person you are asking permission from has any problem, if with giving you that permission, if granting that permission might inconvenience the person. So it is also a formal, way of asking for permission. For example, would it be all right if I transferred the money to your account? The person might want cash immediately. And so you are asking, would it be all right if I transferred the money to your account? Another example is, would it be all right if I accompanied you to their house? Maybe, the person is going to some people's house, and you want to know if there would be anything wrong if you accompanied him, or would it be all right? Would it be all right if I accompanied you to their house? Now, take note that when you say, would it be all right if I, then what should follow should be the simple past tense, the simple past tense, okay? Would it be all right if I accompanied you? Would it be all right if I transferred? Then another example is, would it be all right if I fried the eggs? All right. Probably the person might have some health issues that might not permit him or her to eat fried eggs. So you want to ask for permission to fry the eggs, or would your guest want it cooked? All right. So these are polite ways. Number 7, do you think I can? All right. This expression sounds normal, it sounds formal, but you can also use it in both informal and semi-formal situations as well. Uh, it also it shows some concern. You know, when you use an expression like this, you are showing that you have manners, you are concerned, you are considerate, you are thinking about the person from whom you are asking this permission. For example, do you think I can borrow your laptop for a few days? You know, you have to also think of the person. The fact that he owns that laptop implies that, you know, he has a purpose for it. So you cannot just come and say, give me your laptop. You need to consider the inconvenience that this person is going to have. Does he or she have an urgent thing to do with this laptop? Would granting this permission bring some loss to him? All right. Do you think I can? All right. So you want the person to consider and see if it is possible. If it is not possible, so be it. All right. Another example is, do you think I can use the remaining paint? Maybe, you know, someone's house has been painted and then the leftover paint, you're asking for permission to use that paint. The person might have another purpose, and even if he or she doesn't have another purpose, it costs money. So do you think I can use the remaining paint? Another example is, do you think I can leave Junior with you till I come back from the bank? You know, you have a little child and you want to leave this little child with your friend or with your relative, and you are thinking of the inconvenience that he or she might experience taking care of Junior. So you want to reason with the person. Do you think I can leave Junior with you till I come back from the bank? Number 8, is that okay if, you know, is that okay if? Now, this kind of expression is similar, you know, to would it be all right if, all right? So it's something similar, but we can consider this as a little bit more formal. Is that okay if, all right? For example, if that, is that okay if I give you a check? Is that okay if I send you a blue bag instead of black? Is that okay if I send you the parcel 2 days later? All right. Now, number 9, if you don't mind, I would like to. So this is used in everyday English communication, and you can use it in any formal situation. Don't forget that, like other expressions, which has always, which have been structured as questions, this one is a statement rather than a question. And for example, if you don't mind, I would like to go with Lucy. If you don't mind. If you don't mind, I would like to transfer the money to your account tomorrow. If you don't mind, I would like to make a few changes before sending the proposal. All right, this is a bit more formal. All right. Number 10, I wonder if I could. This is a very formal expression. It is a polite way of asking for permission. For example, I wonder if I could accompany you to the seminar. I wonder if I could send you the pictures later. I wonder if I could give you half of the rent at the moment. Okay, I wonder if I could. Okay, number 11, could I possibly? This expression is really not a very common one. However, you can use it too. You can also use it. It sounds polite as well and can be a good way of asking for permission. For example, could I possibly book the second flight for you? Probably you have gone on behalf of someone to book a flight and you discover that the first flight is fully booked and you are asking for permission to book the second flight because it's not possible to book the first flight anymore. Could I possibly book the second flight for you? Could I possibly send you the parcel letter? Could I possibly change the venue for the meeting? All right, these are all polite ways of asking. And then number 12, is it possible for me to? All right, it's an indirect and also a very polite way to ask for permission. Is it possible for me to? You know, it sounds like a question, you know, but here you are really considering capabilities, you know, rather than asking for permission. When you are seeking for permission and you are considering, you know, some possibilities of, you know, getting something done. So, for example, is it possible for me to send them the price list tomorrow? You are also looking at the appropriateness. Is it appropriate? Is it, you know, is it possible for me to invite the students' parents? You know, you are seeking for permission and at the same time looking at the possibility, looking at the appropriateness at the same time. Is it possible for me to give them 10% discount? All right. So these are ways of asking, you know, asking for permission. And it is something that is really very important. Okay. So, and this is where we are going to draw the curtain on today's lesson. We have been looking at, you know, how to ask for permission in English. And we have been able to look at, you know, 12 polite ways of asking. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever I upload a new video on the channel, you will be notified instantly. On this channel, we do not only teach all areas of proficiency in the use of English, but we also teach digital skills such as content creation, content marketing, digital marketing, you know, because we are mindful of the fact that, you know, language is a very powerful tool for creating content, all right? So that is the way it has been. My light has just gone off, so but we're through with the lesson. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Goodbye for now and remain blessed.